of Taiwan. I'm Ethan Liu with news from here in Taiwan and around the world. The main opposition Kuomintang has elected a new chair. Leslie Liao and Chris Gorin take a look at who party members elected and what she has in store for the KMT.
The main opposition Kuomintang has officially selected its new leader.
这个本党114年主席的选举，那么投开票作业已经几乎顺利完成哈。那么郑丽文同志获得最高票当选。
Former legislator Li-wun won the KMT chair election on Saturday. She took the lead early once polls opened, easily claiming victory with just over 50% of the vote, with former Taipei Mayor Hao Longbin taking second place and KMT Legislative Caucus Secretary General Luo Zhichang in third. Voter turnout was about 40%. Both Hao and Luo congratulated Cheng on her victory and called for party unity. Cheng's win represents a remarkable political 180. Formerly a member of the ruling DPP, or Democratic Progressive Party, she left in early 2000, joining the KMT in 2005. While in the KMT, she served as a legislator and cabinet spokesperson. Her election makes her only the second woman ever to lead the party. Throughout her campaign, Cheng advocated for stronger ties with China. During her victory speech, she laid out what she called the party's three big principles.
我们绝对不能够让台湾成为麻烦制造者。第二，我们也绝对不让台湾沦为地缘政治的牺牲品。第三，中国国民党会担起责任，积极的为区域和平做一个和平的缔造者。这是我们对国际社会最庄严的承诺。
She also set her sights on the DPP, saying it should not use animosity toward China as a political tool.
所以我在这边也期待民主进步党不要再仇恨，不要再撕裂，也不要再打仇中牌、反共牌、反中牌，只是为了操纵选举跟我们自己内部的政治斗争。
This comes at a time when China has been ramping up military aggression around Taiwan to assert its claim of sovereignty over the country. The DPP released a statement on Cheng's victory, saying that it hopes the KMT can put Taiwan's interests above politics and prioritize national security issues. The ruling party also alleged Beijing had interfered in the chair race, a charge Cheng rejects. With Cheng stepping up to chair the KMT on November 1st, many are viewing it as a new beginning for the party. Klein Wong, Leslie Liao, and Chris Gorin for TaiwanPlus.
Late today, the KMT said it received a congratulatory message from Chinese President Xi Jinping and sent a reply. Both sides pledged to deepen cross-strait exchanges based on upholding the 1992 consensus and opposition to Taiwan independence. Taiwan's National Security Bureau says it will strengthen early threat warning systems to better protect the president, the vice president, and other officials. The Bureau says it will create a database of people with violent tendencies, deploy new anti-drone jamming guns, and step up intelligence sharing among agencies. It says it's studying international cases like the shooting of Slovakia's prime minister last year and the mob attack on Ecuador's presidential convoy this month. Lawmakers are set to question the NSB on the new security plan during the legislative hearing on Monday. Around 2,600 protests against Donald Trump's policies have taken place across the United States and even beyond. This is the second wave of rallies held under the banner of No Kings movement, which accuses Trump of acting like a monarch, with Trump allies dismissing the protests as anti-American or unimportant. The question now is how much the opposition movement can achieve.
In big cities and small towns, and even here near U.S. President Donald Trump's home, protests against Trump administration policies spread across the United States on Saturday. Organizers put together around 2,500 of these protests, part of a wider campaign under the banner of No Kings that views Trump more as a would-be monarch than a president. It's the second wave of mass rallies the movement has organized, and organizers say close to 7 million people turned out this time, with the rallies overwhelmingly peaceful. Protesters said they had many reasons to take to the streets. Trump's policies on immigration and deportation were on some of their minds.
They're kidnapping people, not just taking, and it's very sad. Yeah. And it's very frustrating. Sometimes you cannot do much about that, but this is why we're here.
While others are angered at National Guard deployments in U.S. cities.
Essentially, Donald Trump has been overreaching his powers as an executive, and we're all here to protest that and to basically say that he should not be able to conduct these overreaches of his power, invading cities, and basically showing the public is not willing to put up with that.
And some say they're concerned about the future of U.S. democracy itself.
I'm out here supporting democracy in a joyful way because we love America and we're here to protect our democracy and to protest for those who can't come out to protest.
Oh boy, we do not even recognize our country anymore. Everything that makes this country great is disappearing. Our rights are disappearing. As I said in my sign, freedom of speech is disappearing. Separation of powers is disappearing.
In addition to rallies in all 50 states, there were also protests outside the U.S., like this one in Berlin. The question, though, is whether the energy on display can continue, and whether it will make any change. Trump's allies, like House Speaker Mike Johnson, have called the protests extremist and anti-American and dismissed them as political theater.
This rally is not about freedom. It's about the opposite. For many of our Democrat colleagues, tomorrow is about creating really a spectacle. That's what they've been doing here every day of the shutdown with their little TikTok videos and their publicity stunts, and they're going to do it in a much larger venue tomorrow.
And Trump himself is expected to say that he is not a king of any sort in a forthcoming interview with Fox News. The roughly 40% of Americans who, according to polls, approve of his job may be inclined to agree with him. Still, the rallies show millions of Americans are unhappy with the president's actions. No King's organizers already have a virtual event set for Tuesday to discuss what comes next, suggesting this may not be the last of the mass protests. Alex Chen and John Van Trieste for TaiwanPlus.
Nvidia has unveiled the first wafer for its newest AI chip series, Blackwell, to be made in the U.S. at Taiwan chip giant TSMC's plant in Arizona. The company says the move strengthens U.S. chip manufacturing and aligns with President Donald Trump's push for tech leadership, but the wafers still need to be sent to Taiwan for final packaging. TSMC's Arizona plant will produce advanced 2, 3, and 4 nanometer chips for AI and smartphones. It's part of a planned $165 billion investment by TSMC in the United States, the largest foreign investment ever made in the country. The expansion, however, has raised concerns among some in Taiwan about the risks of moving cutting-edge production offshore. 60 South Koreans are back home after Cambodia deported them for involvement in scamming. Around 200,000 people are believed to be working in scam centers that have sprung up in Cambodia. Many are foreign nationals lured to the country with promises of fake jobs. They are then forced to run scams under the threat of torture. Around 1,000 are thought to be from South Korea. Seoul says all 60 of its repatriated citizens are for now under criminal investigation, though not all took part in scamming voluntarily. Seoul has also issued a travel ban for its citizens covering parts of Cambodia. Migrant workers are demanding the government stop job brokers from charging illegal fees to help them renew contracts or switch employees. 20 workers who have been charged these fees gathered with NGOs outside the Labor Ministry Sunday to share their stories of exploitation.
Not long ago, our contract was ending and the employer wanted to keep employing us. But while handling the paperwork, the broker privately demanded we each pay $1,600 to $2,600 as a condition for renewing the contract.
The workers here did eventually get their money back, but NGO Taiwan International Workers Association says that's not enough. It's calling for changes, including more direct hiring of migrant workers, a stringent international monitoring system, and severe punishment for brokers who charge these illegal fees.
我们要求劳动部，即便中介退还了 移工买工费，劳动部也应该要彻查到底。我们要求见劳动部长洪森汉，提出具体可行、可以解决消灭买工费的方法。
The Labor Ministry says that brokers caught taking money illegally from migrant workers can be fined up to 20 times the amount they take and be shut down. What will responsible AI use in Taiwan look like? Taiwan AI Labs founder Ethan Tu thinks he has the answer to keep humans in control of the technology's growing reach. TaiwanPlus reporter Isabel Wong caught up with Tu for a recent episode of Zoom In, Zoom Out.
I use AI, but it's easy to get very dependent on it. I'm not sure if that happened to you or not. When we're co-working with AI tools, how should we find the balance or the boundary of not being, over-reliance on that?
The creativity of the human being and the investigation power of human beings will not be replaceable by AI. For example, in our Hualien local scene, when they want to create a song that represents their culture, that represents their hometown, AI cannot help them, but they can work with the AI to create a very good song representable for their history or their memory. That part AI cannot replace.
That's a point where you are a strong advocate for responsible AI,
yeah.
Something related to that. So how do you think that it's being applied in the music sector? Because we talk about maybe there's copyright issue. What's the line there?
One of the reasons we funded Taiwan AI Lab because we believe artificial intelligence will become a superpower, and if we don't control it right, in the future maybe artificial intelligence will control human instead of human in the center. In responsible AI, we actually advocate the artificial intelligence need to be responsible, need to be verifiable, need to be traceable, and need to be auditable before you use it. Sometimes I am joking, a large language model is a gossip engine. They learn a lot of
people's gossip online.
People's gossip, people's knowledge on the internet, but a lot of them are actually not correct. But because artificial intelligence, when you talk to GPT, they are very convincing. People tend to believe. Then that is actually become very dangerous because you can deepfake a lot of story, you can deepfake the video, you can deepfake the news, but actually that's not truth or that's misleading. So when we say responsible AI, the artificial intelligence can support the news media, for example, but need to follow the guidance of the ethic.
Jensen Huang from Nvidia, he mentioned that he's going to build a AI center in Taiwan, and also people knows about TSMC, the chips. It's a must in developing AI.
Yeah.
What is Taiwan's place in the global AI race?
I would say Taiwan is in a very great position because Taiwan is always a base global citizen. We provide a solution and we provide a reliable hardware computing power. People, when they adopt Taiwan's solution, usually they feel comfortable because we will never go against we will never steal data. As a result, you can see a lot of AI chipset. More than 90% is manufactured in Taiwan by TSMC, and more than 50% of high-speed computing is also manufactured in Taiwan. Therefore, if we want to do the AI research, of course, Taiwan is a good place to start with.
That was Ethan Tu, founder of Taiwan AI Labs. You can watch the full interview from Zoom In, Zoom Out on TaiwanPlus.com and our YouTube channel. Also, I want to thank you for watching today's What's Up Taiwan. Don't forget to visit the TaiwanPlus website and follow our social media for more stories from Taiwan and around the world. Finally, we leave you with images from New Delhi, where lights illuminated the city and beyond as India celebrated Diwali, the Festival of Lights. I'm Ethan. Take care, and I will see you next time.